Hi, this is Tim at the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch deserves one of my rare movement side intros. Launched in 2023 in stainless steel, it's a 50-piece limited edition from Moritz Grossmann of Glashütte, Germany. This is the Bennu Heritage Power Reserve with salmon dial. Dial designs have been the breakthrough Moritz Grossmann long sought. I've always said that this is the most underrated brand, not just in independent horology, but in the industry as a whole. The dial designs, such as the enamels, the tremblage, and here in salmon on galvanized silver, an absolutely sensational looking dial for a watch that was already stunning. So it's 41 millimeters in diameter, 11.8 millimeters thick, 50.3 from lug to lug with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. It's large but not huge. The strap is very high quality and it's fairly stiff, so it's not broken in yet. So keep in mind I'm going to have to pull this fairly tight on my wrist, which is compressing my wrist. But down the barrel you can see that the lugs are inboard of the edge. So if your wrist is my size or larger, game on. 16 centimeters circumference and up. My wrist is 16. You can also see it's fairly low, and with a sloped domed bezel, it'll slide easily under a dress cuff, although in steel with the salmon dial, this watch is casual enough to wear with any attire. Here we have a Jean Rousseau handmade Parisian cut and stitched strap, and this is the OEM supplier to Debetun and also FP Journe. We like to put watches on these straps because it brings out a really dynamic watch and makes the most of that watch. We have a combination of small, medium, and large rectangular scale gator in black with a matte finish, thickly cut. You can see sheer cut in profile with lacquering, a monotone stitch, calf skin on the bottom, and genuine alligator on the top. We have Moritz Grossmann's buckle, and what's fascinating here is that that's the Moritz Grossmann logo right there. And so there's a little bit of a dial parallelism in the design. It is made of stainless steel, and so is the case. And the lugs are beautifully joined. If you take a look at that complex crease from lug to case, you can see the hallmark of artisanal case construction, lug welding. So the lug is welded to the case and then filed to create that super sharp break. But a lot of welded lugs just have one straight seam. This actually features two facets, and both of them are curved, and that is deeply difficult to achieve with lug welding. We have a diminishing soft bevel on the edge of the lug, and then we roll around, and you can see here we have an historically correct unbranded crown, a nod to the way watchmaking was done in the lifetime of Moritz Grossmann the man in Glashütte. We also have a little notch or a kerf under the crown so you can more easily dig your nail in. Now let me show you how hacking works here. Moritz Grossmann wanted to solve a fundamental problem with the setting of watches, which is that you pull the crown out, you hack the watch, you set your time, and then you push the crown back in, and as you do, you get something like this. The minute hand jumps. So what Moritz Grossmann did, now follow me here, we're going to go back. They have a crown that you pull out, it's spring-loaded. It returns to its flush position against the case while disengaging the drive. Now the movement is hacked, and I can set it however I like, as precisely as I like. And then this button re-engages the drive. So watch what happens here. There is no movement to that minute hand, and yet the watch is running again. We'll see it again from the other side. Now I set my time however I set it. The re-engagement button right there reactivates the balance in the drivetrain. So you always set the watch precisely with no variation from the time you indicate when you set it. The dial is made of sterling silver, so it is a precious metal dial. It has dark blue printing throughout. We have a countersunk small seconds, and that too features blue printing for the numerals. You'll also appreciate here that it is a graceful and beautiful dial, where the numerals, as you see them right here on the subdial, are the same as the numerals that you see on the larger dial. So keeping the fonts and the typeface consistent is something a lot of brands don't do. They get it right here. The hands are extraordinary. Now, at Moritz Grossmann, they make their own hands. So these are first cut and then sanded, filed, mirror polished, and then fired blue to achieve what you see here. Moritz Grossmann hands are right up there with Kari Voutilainen and Roger W. Smith co-equally as the best in the industry. Then you can see the cannon pinion as well as the center of the hands mirror polished at the center of the dial. Taking a quick look, we have a Power Reserve, and it's a manual wind watch with a 42-hour Power Reserve. So as you wind this, more of that Power Reserve indicator is white and less of it is blue. Taking a quick look at the case back, maybe it won't be so quick. There's a lot to say. First of all, a big movement. Moritz Grossmann understands that you should use every inch or millimeter of a canvas, and this case back is a canvas. So the movement is 36.4 millimeters in diameter. The bridges and plates are German silver. Nickel, copper, and zinc combined, with the copper giving it the champagne hue. This is the type of material that Moritz Grossmann, again, the man, would have worked with in his time. A 3/4 style plate, German pocket watch making, again being referenced. What's also fascinating is that it's a marine chronometer style pillar escapement. So rather than a Lapine style movement where you have the bridges snapped down directly on top of the base plate, here you can actually see there's quite a hollow in between the 3/4 plate and the base plate, and pillars hold up one plate over the other, with the pivots of the wheels in between. And that's an old nod to the way marine chronometers used to be made. We have freehand engraving on the balance cock, but please note also the adjacent structure for the escape wheel cock. And the intricacy of this engraving is far in excess of what you'll get on a Lange, because roughly speaking, Moritz Grossmann makes about 1/10 as many watches. And when you do that, you can spend more time on decoration. It's a 2.5 hertz beat rate, so nice, big, slow, 14.2 millimeter Moritz Grossmann built free-sprung balance. We'll take a better look at that here. You can actually see the recessed bolts that are used for the timing changes, and a huge balance at 14.2 millimeters, one of the largest in the business. A slow beat rate, 18,000 vibrations per hour, like a pocket watch, with an overcoil hairspring Breguet profile, so no matter what the position of the watch on your wrist or your dresser at night, it will keep consistent time. Also worth noting, the watch is 5-position adjusted, although it doesn't say 5-position adjusted, it is. It's a 26 jewel movement. I want to bring your attention to something. You have here a bunch of screws that are not blued so much as they're fired for a shorter period of time to create this difficult to achieve brown-violet color. Then we have pale synthetic sapphires, the same material, corundum, as a synthetic ruby, but without the contaminant that makes the ruby red. This contributes to the pale aesthetic of the watch. We also have enormous, broad, bright, shining, oh my gosh, absolutely enormous stripes on these bridges. Take a look at how broad those stripes are. Just for the sake of comparison, I've got a Lange, and you might call me to account for my claims that Moritz Grossmann finishes watches better, but look how narrow these stripes are. They're not particularly bright or luminous. They don't dance in the light. They don't look three-dimensional. They won't be mistaken for waves that have peaks and ebbs. This is striping done right. Look at that, side by side. One of these things glows, one of these things does not. Now, both of them do use chaton cups for jewels, because again, it's a nod to 19th century watchmaking. But take a look at the triple solarization of the ratchet wheel. Look at the fact that at the edge, the crown wheel teeth and the ratchet wheel teeth and even the adjacent wheel teeth, they're all micro beveled. Look at that click, mirror polished. Take a look at the edge of the bridges. They are beveled. They're beautifully beveled. And then we have satination with beveling on other metal components that are in steel. Look at this fine adjustment mechanism here. Now, most of the timing changes are done with the screws on the balance, but we do have a pair of curb pins, but they're fixed to this unique screw indicator. Moritz Grossmann makes this in-house, and this little screw is a little bit like a free-sprung system where it won't move if it's shocked. So you can make very small timing adjustments using these screws, and then there's this rack that moves the index back and forth, and you can see the index is also elaborately faceted and polished. And then if we go and we look at the scale, you can see that even the scale for the adjustment has been freehand engraved. For that matter, all of the characters on the bridges have been freehand engraved. Look at that. Moritz Grossmann, that's not written with a laser or a drill or some sort of mechanized process. All of these characters are freehand engraved. And that's all the more obvious if you look at Lange and you look at what mechanical engraving or stamping looks like. That's perfect, which, is a very efficient way to make things in volume. This is beautifully imperfect. If you get a Roger W. Smith, that's the kind of text you see. And this, in my opinion, is equal on quality to Smith, and I've seen many Smiths. I don't mean to disparage him. I mean to build up Moritz Grossmann, which deserves that reputation and more. One of the best watches you can buy from one of the best brands at any price and a best-kept secret. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details of this Bennu Heritage Power Reserve.